There it is. It is done. About 6 months later, but I got there in the end. Started just before Thanksgiving, so yeah, just about 6 months. But uh, but yeah, designed, modeled the case, made the electronics, printed it all out and on two different 3D printers, assembled it, and still needs some, I think, refinements, and I'm gonna make some more and try to make things a little bit better. But um, this device, as far as this goes, I'm calling it done. Let's have a look. Shut the lights off, and oh, there we are. Sparkly, not sparkly, but lots of lights at least. It's not as fancy or as functional as Mangy Dogs, but that thing is insane anyway. So I like it. It's I think it came out pretty good for a first attempt. Let's see. Started out as me trying to learn Fusion 360 by trying to make a replica of the Voyager and DS9, the Mark 10, Mark 9 tricorders, and it just kind of spiraled and turned into this. I ended up doing my own thing. One of the things that I thought was important was I wanted to put in a functional LCD screen, which we've got here. Took me some time to get the hang of it. I had some good advice from Mangy Dog on it, and he gave me some options, and I ended up going. I ended up going with a Raspberry Pi Pico to drive it, which we got here. It was pretty easy to set up and to program. There was took a lot of time to get it to do what I wanted it to do, but I got there. Graphics were designed in Inkscape. All the backgrounds are all just static images. The animations are all had to be coded, which was a major pain in the ass, but it was a good exercise at least. I haven't really done much coding in a while, so that was kind of fun to get back into. Graphics all done in Inkscape as well. These took me. I did these all last night actually. It took me something like 12, 13 hours to actually draw the graphics and then print them out and then cut them. And what I ended up doing, I was gonna print them off on transparency and then give them like a Mylar backing, but it didn't really pan out. My printer just didn't like the transparency, so ended up printing them on plain paper, which is what I had at the time. Laminated them, ran them through a Cricut, which did a pretty good job of cutting, except it's plain paper, so I got a lot of it didn't cut cleanly on the edges, so you can see in spots where it's kind of gnarly. But whatever, for my own model, I don't mind. It's okay. If I were to want to sell this to someone else, I'd want to get something a little bit better, and that may happen in the future. I would definitely like to find a better material to make the graphics out of. That's something I'll look into for the next model. Other issue I had was the hinge, where the hinges, the way these are. There's little slots cut into the door and the hinges set into them. And that's where the wires connect into the board that's inside the door. The hinges are just super glued in there, and that was not the best move on my part, and it broke a couple times trying to assemble without. But I think next go around I want to try to maybe JB weld them in or something a little stronger. Also want to use these are just brass hinges. I used these things actually. I had these lying around. I don't know if these are even still available, so that's something I want to look at and find something that's maybe a little more common. Get something that's silver colored instead of the brass, because I don't want to paint them next time. I thought it was going to work out, but had some wearing on the hinge, so you can see where the paint scraped off. Interestingly, this side was okay. So whatever, it's not a big deal. Something that could be fixed easily, I think. Other than that, yeah, it's I'm happy with it. Like I said, first attempt. You know, I started off as a teenager making these things with duct tape and random wood that I had lying around. So I think this is certainly a step up. The other thing I put into it, I wasn't planning on doing it, but I saw the kit on Adafruit when I was looking into batteries for it, and they had a kit that lets you put in the coil for the wireless charging of the Qi module, whatever it is. So that's glued right to the back door of this. I was actually concerned about the back door, because I was going to attach it with magnets, but then I'd have to, redo how the door sits in there, and I didn't know if there's going to be enough room, so I just said screw it. I literally screwed it in. I didn't mean to do that. Not intended. But yeah, I just put in little screws to set it in place. But with the wireless charger, we don't have to take the back off, so I don't have to worry about it wearing out or whatever. So it worked out in the end. And then I can just attach it to, I'm assuming, any wireless cell phone charger, and off it goes. It charges. Actually, just a little while ago, I was trying to make this video, and the tricorder died while I was making it, so I had my first good charge of it. So I know that works, at least, because blinkety blink and such. So yeah, like I said, I'm gonna make some more of these, play around with it, try to make things better. I am, however, going to be releasing here shortly. I got to make some parts lists and just add a few more things to the Git repository that I got going for this project. But I'm going to make that public to whoever wants it. I'll post it on RPF and probably Thingiverse, and I'll export all I'll have the Fusion files. All the Gerber files for the circuit boards, if you want to get those printed off. Which are actually these, by the way. I had a few extras. I got enough for like 5 tricorders because I sent out to JLC PCB for them. But yeah, I'll have the Gerber files in there as well. I think I've already got them in there anyway. But anyway, have those decals. Pretty much everything I used for this project, I've been keeping on that repository. So I'll put that on the I'll put that out to the public. Whoever wants it, they can build one of these, modify it, do whatever you want. I don't care. So yeah, here it is. So I'll call it good there.